Hi, good morning. My name is Chris Burrows, and I'm the treasurer for Calvary Chapel, Fullerton. It's that time of year. Time to take a peek and see what our funds look like, give you a peek behind the curtain, and give you an idea as to where our finances are at currently for the church. So let's take a quick look back. We'll look back at the last 6 years. You can see for yourselves what our average monthly income was for each of these years. And then look at 2020 compared to 2021. They were pretty close to one another. So the income has been really very steady over these last 6 years. Our expenses, I'll give you kind of an idea between our averages on expenses and our income. Our income average again was $33,574, just off a couple of dollars, literally, from the previous year. And our expenses were $34,921. That is also down about $1,000 per month on average compared to 2020, which is great. We did run a bit of a deficit on a monthly basis of $1,347 per month as a deficit. That deficit's trimmed a bit since the previous year, which is great. We're still running at a bit of a deficit. So the big picture, as far as our overall income and our expenses, our overall income was $402,893. And our expenses were $419 and $56. So you did a quick math on that. We ran a deficit last year of $16,163. Keep that figure in mind, just for the future slides. It might be helpful in kind of understanding where we're at currently. So we're going to talk about our church building funds and a little bit about the assets of what we have. So the Elders Expansion Fund is a fund that the elders contribute 5% of our tithes and offerings that gets designated to the purchase or build of a new facility that we call our home. That's the intent and purpose of the fund. Written in our church bylaws, in the event that we have a financial emergency, those funds, with the vote of the elder board, can be used to help pay expenses out as needed. So it's just kind of important to keep that in mind. The fund balance currently has $197,868 currently in that fund. Now, there's also a church building fund where the body can voluntarily designate to have their funds applied toward a building fund, much like the elders building fund is set up as. That fund can't be used for anything unless it's for the build or the purchase of a new building for the church. It's kind of like an ironclad safe that money is untouchable unless it's for those reasons. So that fund has $63,197 in it. So combined between the two funds, we have $261,065 in those funds combined. Okay. So let's talk about the checking and savings, our liquid cash. We're not going to talk about our actual physical assets of the equipment we own, but the checking and savings type of funds. Those funds have $280,716. You probably are guessing it. Our designated building funds is part of that $280,000. That money in the checking and savings is also portioned to cover the $261,065 we have in those building funds. So if you kind of look at this from a net checking and savings standpoint, we have $19,651. So be praying for the finances of our church. You know, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain who build it. And so we trust in him and his provisions. He's so good. We all know his goodness and kindness. And so we just look to him for our continued support, and just thank you all for contributing and being a part of our church family and our resources we share together. Thanks again, and God bless everybody. We'll see you soon. Take care.